What's going on, everyone? It's LikeMikeBarrins, and this video is going to be kind of like an introduction to what these nutrition videos are going to be about on Mondays, and also just to give a background on what got me interested in nutrition, some of the experiences I've been through with food, and just talk about certain things I'm going to incorporate in these videos later on. So to start off, I just want to define what nutrition science even is, which is the field I'm studying in college, and the BYU website defines it as the way that food affects a person's metabolism, health, performance, disease, resistance, and also the way that those people make food choices. So to get into a little bit of the background that I've had with food and just what drew me into it, I think can go back to when I was younger. My parents would incorporate healthier food into my house when I was probably second, third, fourth grade. For example, getting rid of white bread, replacing it with wheat bread, and just keeping certain foods out of the house that they saw weren't healthy for us. So I think that was the first step of getting me interested in nutrition in general, and then also just being confused as a kid about food. When I was in second or third grade, I went through a lot of weird phases with food. I went through a chubbier phase, and then after that I went through almost just a really skinny phase where I got down to probably close to under 100 pounds. And at that point, I was literally only eating carrots at lunch because I would see the hot lunches they would serve at my school, and I just thought that it didn't really look like food to me. So I really just avoided that, but then I didn't help myself by not eating anything else. So just by eating carrots, I got myself to almost under 100 pounds, like I said. And then after that, I kind of started to educate myself more about food and working out and just living a healthier life in general. But I still had a confusion about it. So in high school, I didn't really have a particular interest in nutrition as much as I did in just going through my high school classes, basketball, and just going through the high school motion, I guess, which I don't agree with now that I just said that. But yeah, just going through high school, let's put it that way. So after high school, when I got to college, I went through a couple different phases with trying the keto diet, which I don't think it really was keto. It was more of just like a high-fat, low-carb diet. And at that point, I got up to about 185. So that's the heaviest I've ever been. That was before I started training to dunk, which right after I started training to dunk, I got right back down to my normal 165, 163, which is about right around where I stay at normally. But after the keto diet, like I said, I dropped back down, and there was also phases where I would do higher carb, low fat, or I did this autoimmune diet, which is basically cutting out all grains, wheat, dairy, nuts, just basically sticking to the fruits, vegetables, fish, meat, and yeah, that was that diet. And I found that diet really had a great effect on me, and it's something I'm going to talk about in another video. But that was just another one of the diet phases I've been through. But just to get into what nutrition science is and talk about some of the classes that I've taken and what I'm learning. So I've taken organic chemistry. I'm in food chemistry right now. I've taken advanced nutrition. I've also taken food preparation courses, and that's basically what the curriculum is for nutrition science. It's just learning about food on the chemical level, and then also seeing how that affects how that can affect a person's metabolism, like as was defined before, metabolism, performance, disease resistance, and also incorporate that into looking at how people make choices about food. So that's kind of the curriculum I'm in nutrition science. And some of the things I want to talk about in later videos is the way I view nutrition as being a way to prevent illnesses or diseases or just certain everyday lifestyle things like having low energy, increasing performance, increasing recovery, just feeling better in general, and how that can help you in your daily lives overall. So that's something I'm going to talk about later on in other videos. Another thing I want to talk about in later videos is how there really is no one size fits all way of eating, because everybody has different lifestyles. Everybody goes through different things in their daily lives, whether you work out more or you don't work out as much, or the type of job you might have, if you're sitting a lot, or just talking about different types of things or different types of diets and foods that people that would be better for people to eat depending on their lifestyle. So that's another thing I want to incorporate, and also talk about how moderation isn't a bad thing. How, like I said before, if you eat 80-90% of the time, if you eat healthy, and get into that later, if you eat healthier, then that 10%, 15% of the time that you don't eat as healthy, it's not going to be as bad, because you're getting your nutrients from the 90% of the foods that you're eating all the rest of the time. So that's something I want to talk about later on. And I also want to incorporate studies, stuff I'm learning in school, different experiences, and also get questions from people to see what you guys want me to talk about, and just hear from you guys, and also just talk to other people and see what they think about nutrition and how they view it. So I really want to incorporate different opinions and bring in different scopes, so it doesn't seem like everything is just my opinion, but I still do want to talk about things that I kind of have opinions about with nutrition in general. So those are some things I want to talk about in later videos as well. And I just want to end this video with saying that I know I'm always going to be learning more about nutrition and my field in general, so not everything I say is gonna be just, okay, this is the one way that it is and that's it. I want to bring in more views. I want to bring in different opinions. Like I said, I want to bring in studies and just talk about how these things relate to nutrition and how they have interpreted, certain things with nutrition. So that's just what I want to talk about with these videos. And I know that my opinion can always change, and that I can learn, and I can always learn new things. So those are things I'm gonna incorporate in later videos if I've learned them from if I've learned something different from a past video. So that's just what these nutrition videos are going to be about. And I just wanted to say one more thing, and that is, I know that I do most of these videos in my room, well, these talking ones at least, and I definitely want to start doing them in different places, so the scenery is kind of different and you guys just get a different look of different places other than just my room. So definitely want to start incorporating that into my videos. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for the Dunk Progress Month 4 video in a couple weeks. I had a great dunk session a couple weeks ago, and I got the most dunks I've ever got in a dunk session, so that was fun. So yeah, stay tuned for that video, and just stay tuned for more videos, and especially this Friday will be a live stream question and answer session. So yeah, stay tuned